Booking your lightning lanes for Walt Disney World can seem a little bit scary, but it's not as intimidating as you might think. Let's have a look at it together and see what the whole process looks like. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you have your Disney World app downloaded and that you have your account set up. You're going to need to make sure that your tickets are linked, and if you have a resort booking, it also needs to be linked. Today I'm going to use my husband's account to show you how to do this. He is an annual pass holder, so his ticket is already linked. You're going to scroll down. It's really easy to find if you go to your home screen and then you go to Lightning Lane, Multipass, Single Pass, and select Purchase. If you have a resort booking, you'll be able to start selecting your attractions and rides for Single Pass and Multipass 7 days before your arrival. Because we don't currently have a resort booking, we're only able to book for 3 days out. That means we can book for January 28th. Keep in mind, the availability for attractions to select is going to be a lot more limited booking 3 days out versus 7 days out. So what we see here now today is going to look a little bit limited compared to if you have a resort booking and you're able to book 7 days out for your entire stay. So just to show you what everything looks like, I'm going to show you each park before we get started. So right now we can see for Magic Kingdom, purchasing Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, which allows you to select 3 rides or attractions to begin with, is pricing at $25 for the day per person. The single passes are already sold out for 3 days out from now. So this is one of the huge advantages of booking an on-site stay. For Epcot, if you were to buy multi-pass, it would be $19, and they do still have Cosmic Rewind available as a single pass option. Keep in mind, anything that has a single pass is not going to be available in the multi-pass. So the only way to get a shorter return time is to book the single pass for those rides. Over at Hollywood Studios, we can get multi-pass. There is no single pass available for Rise. Animal Kingdom does currently still have multi-pass for $19. Single pass for Flight of Passage is $17. So just so that we can see a little bit of everything, I am going to go ahead and book a single pass for Flight of Passage because we do have a hopper option on our tickets, so we can hop over to Animal Kingdom and do that. And then I'm going to book multi-pass for Magic Kingdom. You need to scroll right down to the bottom of the page and hit continue. The next step is where you're going to see anybody who is eligible to book their lightning lanes for the day you've selected. So if you have a family traveling together, everyone should show up there. For this time, it's just my husband. So John is the only one because he's the only one that he has in his app with a ticket. The nice thing about this system is that you don't actually pay for anything until you've selected everything you want. So if you're not sure if you want multi-pass for the day, you can go through and see what you're able to get. If you're not happy with what's available, you can choose not to purchase it for that day. So for this one, we're going to say that we're going to start at Magic Kingdom. We're probably going to hop to Animal Kingdom maybe in the afternoon. Select the park that you're starting with. If you are choosing to hop, you'll be able to select rides for the second park after you check into your first ride of the first park that you're visiting. Within the Lightning Lane Multipass, there are 2 tiers. There's Tier 1 and Tier 2. Tier 1 is going to be the most popular rides in each park. In Tier 1, I'm going to suggest that you select the attraction that you're most interested in doing. We can see already that Tiana's Bayou Adventure is not available. Big Thunder Mountain is of course closed right now, so that's not available either. So of the 3 remaining options, the one that I think is most important for myself is going to be Jungle Cruise. So I'm going to select that one. When we come down to Group 2, you have lots of options to pick from. I'm going to start by suggesting not to book it for something like Laugh Floor or PhilharMagic. These are shows and they don't typically have long lines. You're just going to wait for the next available show. So here, my recommendation is to pick at least one ride that's going to have a really early return time. So that's going to be a less popular attraction. And so for this one, I'm going to say it's probably going to be something like Dumbo. So the reason we're going to pick something that's going to have an early return time is because as soon as we tap into that ride or attraction, we're going to be able to select another one sooner. If you select all attractions that are only available for later in the day, you're not going to maximize the use of your Lightning Lane Multipass. For the second one, though, you want to pick one that is really important for you to do. So for my family, it's probably going to be something like Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean. For this one, I'm going to go with Haunted Mansion. Then you're going to select continue. So you can see that the return times are starting out pretty late. That's because we are only 3 days out and availability is a little more limited. However, you can go in and select an earlier return time if you select modify time. So I'm going to go with the earliest time for Dumbo, which is 10:45. Make sure you save it. Then let's go see what we can get for Haunted Mansion. Here it looks like 6:45 is the earliest we can get. Jungle Cruise, again, 7:40 looks like the earliest time that we have available. So we're going to save that. So right now we can see we have Dumbo in the morning. Then we're going to hop over and do Flight of Passage at Animal Kingdom. Again, we could modify this to another time, but I think this would actually work for us. We would probably go early to Magic Kingdom in the morning, do a few rides, do Dumbo, hop over to Animal Kingdom, ride Flight of Passage, then hop on back over to Magic Kingdom and do Haunted Mansion. One thing that's really important is to keep checking. Different ride times will become available throughout the day. So at any given time, you can go into modify and see if there's an earlier time or a later time if you decide you need to move things to a later time slot. What's really important if you modify something is that you select the time and you save it. And then if you're doing this throughout the day after you've already paid, you need to scroll all the way down to the bottom and save it again. So really you do have to save it twice or it's not going to fully confirm. So you're going to go ahead and process your payment and everything should confirm. If you decided you didn't like the times that were available for your single pass, you can always remove that as well. So we could take this out altogether and decide, no, we don't want to hop over to Animal Kingdom. We're just going to stay in Magic Kingdom and try to make the most out of our lightning lane there. So the biggest takeaways are try to book at least one attraction that's early in the day and keep checking to see if you can modify for an earlier time. Sometimes I've been able to get rides even 2 to 3 hours earlier than what's been listed by just refreshing and checking as often as you can. Also, don't forget to confirm your changes all the way through to the bottom because they won't automatically save if you just select a new time at the top. Something else that you need to consider is that if anybody in your party doesn't want to do the same rides as you, they're going to have to make their own lightning lane selections separately. Everyone in the party has to have the same rides at the same times.